Hi guys, I'm Erik Voss, and we've been seeing a lot of new footage from Logan lately. A spot during the Super Bowl, a few other TV spots, and an amazing 1-minute scene from somewhere in the middle of the movie. And I know we just did a breakdown on the last full Logan trailer, and you should definitely check that out, but there's a lot of cool stuff in this new footage that I wanted to quickly point out for you guys. So let's get started with that Super Bowl spot titled Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Okay, so some of you pointed out in my last trailer breakdown that Logan isn't just cutting himself here, he's pulling out one of his claws. And yes, that's true. Logan's claws are clearly breaking down on him, just like the rest of his body. But I still think this scene is meant to show Logan hurting himself as well. I think the next shot after this is gonna show him looking at his other hand and being surprised at how the cut on his palm still isn't healing. Now, I like the choice to use Amazing Grace here. Amazing Grace is a song that expresses the theme of redemption, which reflects on what looks to be Logan's arc in this movie, a wretch who's saved by this stray girl that he learns to love. Kind of like a who saved who situation. But really, Amazing Grace is a common song at funerals. So I don't think we're meant to feel that hopeful about the characters here. Both the shots of Logan crawling on the ground and Charles Xavier convulsing look like these men could be at the moments of their deaths. Other new interesting shots here, Donald Pierce screwing on his cybernetic hand. I like the idea that that's something he'll be able to attach and swap out with other parts, kind of like a mercenary Captain Hook. There's also a new shot of Stephen Merchant as Caliban. Now, we haven't seen much of him since the first trailer, remember. He's a mutant with the ability to track down the location of other mutants. We actually saw a different version of that character briefly in X-Men Apocalypse. Now, Caliban is flicking the pins out of grenades, and I gotta say, he really reminds me of Heath Ledger's Joker here. Like, imagine him saying, "And here we go." Now, I don't know if he plans on throwing these or using them to escape, or if he actually intends on blowing himself up, but it's a real badass move that I'm interested to see Merchant's take on the character. Now, the final interesting shot from this trailer is another angle of Laura running in the woods, and now we see a bunch of other kids running along with her. And I'm thinking that those might be other escaped mutants, maybe from the same Transigent lab that X-23 escaped from, or some other new location. Like maybe this movie's third act will involve freeing a bunch of mutant kids from like a mutant dogfighting ring. I'm not sure, but let's move on to this next TV spot titled His Time Has Come.
The world is not the same as it was. Mutants, they're gone now.
Not yet.
Who is she?
You know who she is, Logan. She needs help. Where we're going, there are more of them.
Something's happening to you, Logan. You're not healing.
That's right. The old man. Logan.
Okay, so really there's only two interesting new things that I saw here. One was Charles saying, "Where we are going, there are more of them." And I assume he's referring to mutants here, like maybe this line is a response to Logan's line in the first trailer.
The world is not the same as it was. Mutants, they're gone now.
Where we're going, there are more of them.
And those other mutants could be referring to those other two dudes that they shack up with in the other trailers, or all those kids that we saw running in the Grace spot. The other big thing was this exchange between Caliban and Logan, and I can't tell where exactly Caliban is right here, or whether this line is meant as Caliban being worried about Logan's fading powers, or taunting him about them. Now, I mentioned in my first trailer breakdown that Caliban's mutant tracking ability might be being used against his will, like Transigent or the Reavers enslaving him and exploiting his powers, kind of like a mutant divining rod. And I still think that could be the case. And I love Logan saying this line.
That's right. Old man.
Obviously, Old Man is a wink to the old Man Logan comics that this movie is inspired from, and this shot of Logan in particular looks exactly like that comic's version of the character. Okay, there's another TV spot titled Attitude, but it's mostly recycled footage from other trailers except for one short clip at the end, so let's take a look.
She can learn to be better.
Better than me?
Actually, yes.
Okay, so the key word in this exchange is better. So do Charles and Logan mean better as in a better warrior, or better as in a better, more controlled person who makes selfless choices and not the wild animal that they both started out as? I'm guessing it's the second. And I think this is Charles's way of saying, hey, don't get too ahead of yourself, Logan. You're one spilled beer away from going Cujo on everything with a pulse yourself. Okay, the new footage that I was most excited to see was this 1-minute scene from somewhere in the middle of the movie. Fox released it this week, calling it You Know the Drill. Let's watch.
Evening, Mr. Monson. You understand you're trespassing right now, right?
I have an easement with the previous owner of your property.
Previous being the operative word. Who's this?
Just a guy telling you to get back in your nice truck. Go play okey dickhead somewhere else.
Hey, Carl. It looks like Mr. Monson hired some muscle.
Looks that way.
He's a friend of mine.
Friend with a big mouth.
I hear that a lot.
And you probably hear this, too.
More than I'd like.
And you know the drill. I'm gonna count to 3, and you're gonna start walking away.
I got rights to this one.
1.
I have a lawyer now.
2.
3.
Yeah, that boss.
You know the drill. Get the hell out of here.
So if the rest of the movie is like this scene, Logan is gonna be awesome. This scene has the look and the feel of a modern Western with cowboys threatening each other with shotguns to get off my property. This aesthetic is similar to movies like No Country for Old Men, or movies that came out this year like Hell or High Water, or Nocturnal Animals, or the Clint Eastwood movie The Gauntlet, which director James Mangold actually mentioned as one of the 3 movies that inspired him here, along with The Wrestler and Little Miss Sunshine. Also, if you listen closely here, we get a name for Erik Voss's character, who's still a bit of a mystery from the first trailer.
Evening, Mr. Monson.
So the only Morrison from the X-Men comics that I know of is Grant Morrison, the prolific comic writer. He wrote the new X-Men comic series in the 2000s. So this guy seems like a new character, and I'm still not sure whether he's a mutant or not, but given the fact that he's living off the books on someone else's land, it seems like he's in hiding, maybe because he's a mutant in a time when mutants are being hunted down. Okay, that covers all the new footage we've seen for Logan, and at this point, we're probably better off not trying to predict every scene in the movie, and instead just let our hype sustain us until the movie comes out. But let me know what you think about this new footage and what you're most excited about for Logan in the comments. And be sure to check out my other 2 Logan trailer breakdowns. And if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to New Rockstars. And if you really like us, you can contribute to us on Patreon. Big thanks to all of our current patrons. You guys are all amazing. You can hit me up on Twitter at EA Voss with any thoughts or theories you have about Logan, or follow New Rockstars on Twitter at New Rockstars for updates on our videos. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.